Man, oh man, what a wild day in the NFL. Breaking news, OBJ is headed to LA. Let's break it down. Odell Beckham Jr. headed to the Rams. This was one of the teams that people were talking about, but, the front runner as in this morning was the Chiefs. No, he is heading to the LA Rams to further load that receiving core of theirs now with Odell, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. So yeah, I want to get into what does this mean for the Rams, and I mean, all it simply just means it hires their Super Bowl aspirations. And For Odell, I think he'll probably he'll do well there. I mean, I don't think he's going to be their number one receiver. I think he might be their number two, maybe even their number three. I don't know. It depends. Let me tell you this: they better get him the ball, and they better make sure he feels wanted, because if not, that could cause mayhem for them. But I will say this, and before I get into that, actually, with Odell Beckham Jr., I'm wondering with his stats, I could see him getting a solid 500 yards receiving with the Rams in these next 8 games. And that's really not that bad if you think about it, because you hear 500 yards and you think, oh, that's like number 3 wide receiver kind of numbers. Well, that's 500 yards in the span of 8 games, and he is kind of their number 3 receiver, maybe number 2 at best. So I think he could average about 60 to 75 yards a game for the Rams, and he can be a good go up there and go get it kind of target for them, which is kind of what they lack. They have a bunch of slot receivers like Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Now they have that go up and go get it kind of guy. So that is an interesting signing there. It's a good signing for them. But here's what I want to get into with the Rams. This is a team that Super Bowl window is now or never, because if you look at them, they have a lot of older players. Robert Woods is going to retire soon. Sony Michel, he's on a 1-year deal. Matt Stafford, he's going to be there for a few more years. But on the defensive side of the ball, Aaron Donald's only getting older. Von Miller is only getting older. And this team, their highest draft pick in next year's draft is a 5th round pick. They don't have a pick in the first 4 rounds of the draft. So their future draft capital is nothing, basically. This team is known for trading away draft picks like nothing for players, and I actually like that philosophy. Why not trade for proven people instead of taking a risk on younger players? And the draft really is a lottery. It really is. There's raw talent, but then the rest is really just the lottery. But back to the original point, this is a team that I don't think is going to have all they're not going to have the personnel in the coming years due to this, and they're not going to be able to have that Super Bowl contending team, so they better win it now or next year to really do it. Do I think they will? Anything's possible, but I don't see Matthew Stafford going deep into the playoffs. I really just don't. I don't see him going into Tampa Bay and winning. I don't see him going even into Green Bay and winning. I'm not too confident they can beat Dallas, even if it's at home. I don't see them as a true contender because of the quarterback position. You may say, oh, Matt Stafford's good though. I like to call him Matt Stat Patford. Pads his stats. I feel like he's a guy whose his entire career he's been on a bad team, and he's made it seem like it's not really his fault, that bad team. And it wasn't all his fault by any means. But he's a guy who really is able to pad his stats late in games. And he's never able to close games out in the clutch. He really can't. So I don't know. I mean, this could be finally the team and the player, the team and the coach that Stafford needs. But I still don't. I mean, they're obviously a Super Bowl contender. I can't say they're not a Super Bowl contender. I just don't I can't picture them actually getting to the Super Bowl. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the Rams are true contenders? And what do you think of the OBJ signing? And aside from that, I'll see you guys next time.